Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It's Chad from Green Acres. So it's Monday morning right now. Hope y'all had a good weekend. It's nice to be able to have another weekend off. This is my third weekend in a row that I've took Saturday and Sunday off, which is the plan for the rest of the fall and winter. I do work on equipment, obviously, and do other little things associated with the business to get ready for the week ahead. So it's not like I'm just not doing anything related to the business necessarily. I'm still around the house, doing stuff, getting the truck loaded up. I got my other truck loaded up with the SCL 1000 for a couple jobs that I'll be doing later today when I get home around the house. Shouldn't take that long. I'm actually going to be doing a video talking about it. And I've got this truck, the spray truck, loaded down with a Walker T23 and a Laser Z like I normally would have on it. And I've got the spray tank filled up with solution for starting my first round of pre-emergent today. So yeah, y'all, I'm actually gonna be doing a clip talking about the chemicals I'll be using right after this one. I wanted to do that yesterday, make it, I wasn't able to. The battery actually ran out on the camera, so I wasn't able to do that. So I'll put a little clip, talking about the chemicals I'll be using in this particular round. I'll be doing a split app, by the way, coming out with one application for fall and winter weeds now in September. I should be able to get done this month, and then I'll be coming out again with a similar chemical makeup solution late November, December. Yeah, and it's called a split app. So yeah, that's the plan in terms of the treatments for the rest of the year, which obviously handle the winter weeds. Poana being the main one that I'm concerned about, that you see usually the first of the year, through early spring of next year. So that's the main target weed that I'm looking to control, if that makes sense. But yeah, y'all, obviously the drought and the lack of rainfall in the forecast is a concern. So the last thing you want to do is put this chemical down and it doesn't rain for a while. So what my plan is I'm going to be targeting today those yards that I actually mowed last week that probably won't need mowed for a while, and making sure they have irrigation systems, right? So that's my plan. That's my thought process. I don't want to spray a yard right now with a lack of rain in the forecast that doesn't have an irrigation system, because you don't want that chemical that you spray to be sitting out in the sun, in the hot sun, without being watered in. What does that do? Honestly, it's been dry in the past, and it still seems like there's been good control. I think the fact that I've done split app in the fall and the early winter have helped with the results. But yeah, it will definitely hurt your results if that spray stays out in the sun without being watered in for several days. So typically I prefer, much rather it get watered in within a few days, but I think it can stay out there for a while without being watered in. It's just not going to be as effective in terms of the control. So yeah, I'm always, when it comes to spraying, especially pre-emergent, if I'm just doing a selective with no pre-emergent, it's not that big a deal in terms of the rainfall. But you want that pre-emergent to get watered into the soil for it to be activated, right? And to take care of those weeds while they germinate. Because that's what a pre-emergent does, is a barrier that protects, or that will zap those weeds coming up as they germinate. So that's what a pre-emergent does. It kills it before it actually comes up through the ground. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to have 100% control. If you got 80% control, that's really good. You're still typically going to have some weeds come up. You're just not going to have near as many when you put that pre-emergent down. If you want to control Poana, which is a weed I'm not a fan of, very unsightly, it's tough to cut and all that. It's just something you don't want in your yard. And you need to put that pre-emergent down now. That's really important. The September round is very important. It'd be nice if there is some rain in the forecast, so I can go ahead and do those yards that don't have irrigation systems. So that's my plan today, guys. I got a good bit to do. I'll be doing some combination mowing, and shortly after, be spraying the yard, which is good. Being able to do two things at once. So should have a really, really good day. I'll let you know the numbers at the end of the day in terms of how we did. I would think we're going to at least, we should at least hit 1,500 all the spraying we'll be doing. Especially the combination jobs where we'll be doing both. That makes sense. But anyway, guys, I'll get some footage. Again, after this clip, I'm going to talk to you about the actual chemicals I'm using, which is only 2 different chemicals plus a surfactant. So not a complex amount of chemicals that I'll be using in the mixture, so to speak. But anyway, guys, we'll talk about that, talk about some other things. I'll get some footage. See you soon. remember when y'all saw me just get that yard there? That yard's made a lot of progress over the summer. Yeah, actually, I think I fertilized it one extra time than I normally would, and did another weed treatment as well. I just sprayed a selective. Again, I'm spraying a pre-emergent with a selective in the solution. But look, there aren't hardly any weeds, and that grass is really thickened up. You gotta treat and fertilize these new builds, especially in my area, because the builders are stripping off all the good soil and just laying the sod down on top of red clay, essentially. So, yeah, I tell people all the time, you gotta, whether it's me or somebody else or you definitely need to be fertilizing it and treating it, unless you just want a weedy yard. And the fertilizer will make that turf, Bermuda primarily, what these builders put down, they'll make it thicken up, and if you don't, it's gonna thin. It just ain't gonna do well when you slap it down on top of this hard red clay. So yeah, that's something I recommend. But yeah, we're doing great, guys. I got my guy. He's actually doing the trash at the Brooks, and while I got him going there, I came up here to spray this yard. I'm just right up the road here. I'm about to be at the Brooks here shortly. But yeah, we are doing a great job. Let's see, we've mowed 5. 3 of those was combination mow and spray right after. And all in all, if you include those 3, we've sprayed 13, I believe. Yeah, 13. Yeah, we sprayed 13 total and mowed 5. And like I said, 3 of those was combination. And like I said, I got my guy doing the trash at the Brook. So it's about 12 o'clock now. So as soon as we get done with the trash, we'll go eat lunch. And like I said, great start. Again, we're able to fly through. A couple of the yards really didn't need it. And since I was spraying it, I figured I'd just go ahead and mow it anyway. Again, guys, we need a win. It wasn't that long ago, the grass was growing like gangbusters, and it's, a lot of times you got to double cut. It just takes you longer. So that's kind of my thinking. And we can definitely win in this month, especially if you're doing treatments like I am. It's really beneficial with being so dry in the yards I need it, doing treatments, which will keep me busy all week into next week. I'm hoping to finish sometime next week. So yeah, y'all, doing great. Not really sure what the total is, obviously, and I will add everything up at the end of the day. And the fact that I'll be doing those 2 jobs with SEO 1000, that's going to be an extra 150. So I'm thinking I should get at least 2,000, but if not, pretty close in terms of revenue. So yeah, guys, having a great day. Hope you are as well. Just thought I'd give you an update. See you soon. everyone, hope you're doing well. So yeah, I said I'd do the second clip talking about the chemicals I'm using. You know, right after the first one, I decided to wait to the end, and that way I can talk about the day, the chemicals themselves. So yeah, try not to make this video too long. Either way, I've had a really good day. Me and my guy, we got done around 3, and then after I dropped him off, I ended up mowing a yard by myself in the neighborhood, and then I got the 2 jobs knocked out with the SEL 1000 that I did a separate video of. Not sure when I'm gonna put this video out, maybe Wednesday. I'll probably put the SEL 1000 video out tonight or tomorrow. But either way, we ended up spraying 19 total. I'm filling my tank up right now, by the way, both sides. This side was empty completely. This one had 130 gallons left over. So I was able to get 19, 270 gallons. So we used 270 gallons to spray 19 yards. So that's good. All right, so here it is, guys. So yeah, I've got 3 different things here. That's the non-ionic penetrant, the surfactant that I use. And as you can see, this right here, Spectacle Flow, is the pre-emergent. That's the main chemical, you know, that I'm using. That's the main thing you want to get down right now to prevent, you know, those winter weeds, particularly the poana, which I'm not a fan of. And there's Change Up. Some people put it in there, others don't. But I like to go ahead and speed up that process with those weeds that will start dying off in the coming weeks, especially when it cools off, those summer annuals. Now, you see a lot of chamber bitter, spurge, and other broadleaves this time of year, but those 2 being the more prevalent ones I notice. I just like to go ahead and put it in there. You don't have to put a whole lot in the solution itself. Just go ahead and speed up the process. Like I said, go ahead and kill those weeds that may be there. Spectacle's great, guys. Now, the only downside is very expensive. I bought 2 of these containers here. This was actually left over from last year. I bought 3 last year, and I had that left over, about half of it left over, so that's what I'm using now. I got the other 2 in the garage, obviously, but yeah, the 2 gallon containers that I bought this year, I think cost me around $3,300. Now, I ended up going through Jason Creel over at Lawn Care Life. I'm sure a lot of you know him. Popular YouTube guy's got several 100,000 subscribers. Nice guy, lives in Birmingham, but we've been doing a deal the last few years where if you buy so many containers of it, we'll get a rebate. So I think the rebate this year is going to be around $300. So yeah, I'll get $600 back next summer, or this coming summer, this next summer. I'll get around $600 back. So it'll end up being, around $1,300 a gallon, which obviously is expensive. It's by far the most expensive pre-emergent, but it's highly effective, and I'll be able to get a lot of usage out of it. You know, 1 container, I'm really not sure. I could probably fill up this tank here 4 to 5, probably 5 times with 1 gallon of this pre-emergent here, based on the usage rate. And I'll be doing a split app coming out obviously now, September, and then again in later in the fall, early winter, later November, early December, I'll be coming out again. But basically the same. Yeah, it'll actually be different. I won't have the Change Up in there. Obviously, I'll use their surfactant. I'll have a different selective in there, because I always like to put a little bit of selective, probably MSM, something cheap, you know. And there's another pre-emergent, Simazine. I'll probably add Simazine to my solution with the with the Spectacle Flow. But either way, guys, yeah, I mean, Spectacle Flow is great. I started using it, I guess this is the 3rd year I've used it. Before I started using Spectacle, I was using Prodiamine primarily in the fall. I also used it in the spring. That's primarily what I use in the spring. And it wasn't very effective at controlling poana. So I switched over to Spectacle, and Spectacle has been a game changer when it comes to controlling that poana. Either all the yards that I use it on don't really have any issues with poana in late winter, early spring, when it tends to come up. So that's primarily what I wanted to control, and so far so good. The last couple of years I've used it. It's done great at, you know, not letting that poana, you know, come up. And obviously the other annuals that tend to pop up in the wintertime does a great job of controlling as well. So yeah, y'all, it's highly effective, even though it is expensive. And the Change Up's a great selective. I was using it throughout the summer to broadcast some of the yards that had a lot of weeds in them or more than I wanted, or if the customer asked me to. And obviously the surfactant, you want to put that in there to make that chemical, the selective, stick to the leaf. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's just a quick overview of what I'm using. Let me know in the comments any questions you have. Overall, great day. I'll let you know in the comments, guys, at the end here how much we did. I think I might have got close to, I know I got close to $2 grand. I'm not sure if I hit $2 grand or not. I'll add the numbers and put them here at the end of the video, let you know how we did for the day. But all in all, really good day. Either way, whether we got $2 grand or not, I'm happy with how things went and the amount of work, the volume, and getting the SEL 1000, making money for the first time, $150, knocking out 2 little jobs there. Got some good experience too. But anyway, I hope you're having a great week. Start the week, guys. God bless you. Let me know if you got any questions, comments, whatever it may be. See you soon.